One man is in the hospital after an officer-involved shooting. Local 12's Clancy Burke is at the scene to tell us what happened. Clancy?
Hey, Sheila. Right now, the man who was shot is being treated at UC Medical Center. We do not have an update on the extent of his injuries, but meanwhile, here on the corner of Cheviot Road and Galbraith Road, as you can see, police officers are still here on scene. And actually, you're probably looking at a truck that has to turn around right now. We have been seeing a lot of that this morning as both of these roads are shut down. So if you have to get around the area, find another route because officers are probably going to be here for quite some time. Even though we are in Colerain Township right now, officers tell us the Cincinnati Police Department will be taking over the internal investigation, which is standard protocol for any officer involved shooting. They tell us this all started just around 1:30 this morning, and it actually started in North College Hill. That is where police officers were trying to pull over the driver of a car. We do not know why they were trying to pull him over. All we know is that he did not listen, and he ended up taking off into Colerain Township. That is when Colerain Township officers ended up taking over the police pursuit. They went on a small chase, but it is wet, it is slippery, it is not safe to be doing that, so they called off the chase shortly after, and then that is when the driver of the car crashed into a retaining wall here at the corner of Galbraith and Cheviot Roads. When Colerain Township police officers approached the car, they say the man pulled out a handgun and pointed it at them. That is when the Colerain Township police officer fired multiple shots. We do not know exactly how many, but we do know the man was shot multiple times, and as I mentioned, we do not have an update on his condition, but this is where the investigation will begin. And earlier this morning, we spoke with the police chief, Mark Denny, about that. Take a listen.
From what I understand, he was still in the vehicle, and they weren't sure if he was even struck at that point. So they obviously had to approach carefully, and they wanted to get him medical aid too. So they moved as quickly as they could and safely as they could.
That Colerain Township police officer will be placed on leave for at least 3 days. It could be longer. That is standard protocol. But the police chief tells us as of right now, it does not look like he was doing anything wrong. Of course, though, that is what the internal investigation will decide once they get that body cam footage. And they also say they do have witnesses who they have been speaking with this morning. But once again, as I speak, I know you can't see it, but there are cars that are just driving right here and turning right back around. So if you have to get around this area, definitely find another route. For now, reporting live in Colerain Township, Clancy Burke, Local 12 News.
All right, Clancy, it's 7:06.